Welcome to Fifth Dimension. I'm so grateful that you are joining me for today's collaboration reading with Morning Dew Oracle. So we decided to collaborate on a Witch's Guidance Messages themed reading for you all today. So be sure that once you are done listening to this reading that you click on the link to her reading, which will be in the description box, and go ahead and check out what messages are available to you over there as well, okay? And be sure to give her a subscribe, loves. Excuse me. All right, so we're gonna have 3 piles today, and pile number 1 is gonna be the Citrine. Pile number 2 is gonna be the Amethyst Quartz, and pile number 3 is gonna be this Smoky Quartz. As always, choose whichever resonates with you the most. However you choose your piles, more than one is always fine. And I will see you at your reading, loves. Hi, pile number 1. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this, why does my wrist always pop? If you chose this Citrine, then you're at the right place, okay? I must confess, pile number 1, if you all knew how many takes I have, like I literally have a whole blooper, a library of bloopers of false starts in my videos because I am kind of ridiculous. Anyways, 1 million tries later. All right, so you chose pile number 1, and for you we had the card of Ancestors and Remembrance, as well as Pentacle and Respect, okay? So, there goes my wrist again. I'm like the oil man who needs a little bit of oil. Anyways, these 2 cards connect so beautifully because they both have energies in regards to your lineage, okay? So some of y'all will have knowledge of a lineage of magic work or spiritual beliefs or certain practices of prayer and intention or protection within your family. So these would have been sort of like hand-me-down like hand-me-down things. I don't know what the word is. I can't find it right now, but whatever, like whatever you would have learned from your either, I'm gonna say mother, okay? This feels strongly like a feminine lineage of witchiness, if you will. So something that your mother would have taught you in regards to like protection or setting intention, or just, you know, any type of magic practice and healing, herbs perhaps, all of that. It's about taking it all the way back to the ancestors before all of this fancy technology, excuse me, and just having a really solid connection with nature. And the reason why I feel these 2 cards are coming up is because I feel like there's a part of you that is really like not fully embracing this aspect of yourself. Maybe having some sort of acknowledgement or certain little things that you do as a daily practice, but really it sort of feels like you've almost like put this aspect of yourself away, like, and tucked it into like a closet somewhere. And the strong guidance is to really connect, like remember who you are, because it's like not only are you abandoning that part that is so like deeply ingrained to who you are, but it's also like I'm gonna say it, like a slap in the face to your ancestors who spent their whole life dedicating to this practice, as well as teaching it to the generation that followed in order for these practices to be continued in the family. And I know that the world is so different than it used to be. I mean, one generation down alone, it's drastically different, right? But imagine like 5 generations down, if you even know 5 generations down. And what I think is really funny about this is that this morning I was driving around errands with my mom and mentioning our family lineage, and sort of being curious, because I feel like I only know 2 generations back, and it's just curious to me, like I won't ever know, like that part is lost to me. Like my mom has dementia, so typically like her childhood, adulthood, all of that she remembers very vividly, but like as far as, yeah, there's a lot of confusion in a lot of areas. Okay, so for me, like it just felt like this like scary feeling of not knowing, you know, my past so far down. And I feel like that's something that you're strongly being guided to infer about, to do a little research on, to ask questions about. If you do have your parents, your mom specifically, your grandmother available to you, to ask questions about, you know, your lineage, to ask questions about the women who came before you, and certain practices and ways of life and beliefs and all of that, because I really feel like there's something to be gained in doing that. Or if that is not available to you, then simply like meditating, lighting a candle in honor of your ancestors, but really starting to pick up on practices that feel true to who you are. You know what I mean? So this could be even like researching or trying to find different types of practice, but to definitely really connect with nature is a strong, with the pentacle here, message that I'm getting. The pentacle represents like the sacred connection between all of the elements, right? So it's about this unity of all the elements, and I feel like that's something that's being highlighted in this reading, to the guidance to I don't know, I was gonna say engage with all of the elements in some sort of way in which you are honoring them. And I really don't know what that means. I guess it could mean like, you know, just doing some sort of practice with each, which I guess technically, yeah, that's what it is. So this, I'm just having like little flashes of different types of things. So like lighting a candle, for example, is interacting with the fire element, right? Having crystals around and herbs is interacting with the earth element. If I had water here, well, I have my drinking water, but you know what I mean, right? So just connecting with all of these aspects in some sort of way, connecting with feathers in response to like air or stuff like that. To really bring these things into your life, and I feel like you will begin to really feel much more yourself. There's also a strong message before I was about to pull out some tarot, but really quick, there's a strong message wanting to come through specifically with this card about when it comes to healing. Why can't I think? Ancestral bonds? Not bonds. Trauma? I don't know. I don't know why I'm getting all confused. I had it so clearly. Give me 1 second. Healing ancestral wounds. Whoa, that was crazy how I just like drew a complete blank. Oh, well, no. With the card of remembrance, like losing... Don't lose. I feel like that's a strong message wanting to come through. To not lose that aspect your ancestors are asking you, to not lose that aspect which was carried down and intended to continue in the family line, okay? Embracing also and not being afraid. I feel like for some of you, there's this like sort of fear, and I understand it because I've experienced it before. I still do. I'm not even gonna lie. Like that fear of expressing yourself. Ugh, why do I have a little frog throat? Sorry about that. Oof. Like the fear of expressing these practices, the fear of being called a witch. Because I personally don't identify with the term, because I'm not like, I don't follow a Wiccan way. Like I don't follow any way. I don't follow any religion. I am a spiritual person, so I connect with nature very strongly, but I don't follow any certain beliefs in regards to nature. I just allow nature to teach me, is how so I don't connect with the term witch, but it is associated with me often. Even with my daughter, like she's like always joking around with me. She's like, "You're gonna go do your witchcraft?" And I'm just like, "Yes, Haley, I'm gonna go do my witchcraft." But it's like a joke to her, you know what I mean? But yeah, like it's not a term that I connect with, but like I said, it's associated with me. With my daughter, like, oh, I love it. Like I'll let her joke with me all day, but other people associating that with me who may feel uncomfortable with the unknown is really what it is. You know, there's this misunderstanding, and rightfully so, because there's a lot of ways that spiritual practices can be taken. Like it's all about the person really at the end of the day. And so I feel like there's a part of you that really is sort of scared to, maybe that's why that is put away. I can't believe I went 11 whole minutes without even pulling a single tarot card. I'm sorry. That's probably why you put it away and tucked it into the closet, because there's this like fear associated with how you may be taken in the real world, which I understand because I experience it all day, every day. Which is why I stay to myself a lot. Like, no, thank you. I don't need your judgment, people. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what other messages come through. We already have 2 strong messages that popped out. And another 2. Oh, I thought it was going to be 2, 2, 2. Alright, well, that was close. I knew the Empress was going to come out. I knew it. Why? Because I was feeling that super strong feminine energy. I know. If you're unaware, pile number 1, about like, I guess, ancestors that would be termed like witches or healers, or what do they call it? Curanderas, herbalists, shamans even, I'm hearing. Yeah, like find out if you can. If not, like just really doing like ancestral meditations. Yeah, that'll be good for you. I feel to really connect with that. We have the 4 of Swords, just like I said, meditating. Yeah, your ancestors want to connect with you strongly. I feel like you're gonna get impressions when you do. Like sit with the intention, like light a candle with the intention of connecting with your ancestors. And just sit there in some peaceful state of mind. Maybe even if you have pictures, connect with that and see what impressions you pick up. But I really feel like in doing so, like you're gonna get impressions, and it's really gonna be like things that are gonna come to you all of a sudden that you just feel guided to do in response to certain things, in response specifically to these practices. And yeah, I really feel like they're going to guide you. They're going to guide you to some practices that have been in the family. There is the 9 of Swords, which I said there was that fear of expressing yourself. No, no, no. They're guiding you not to do that, okay? The Page of Pentacles. To really take those steps, like I said, take those steps in beginning to embrace those aspects of yourself, because I feel like you're robbing yourself of living more fully and authentically like you deserve to, if you just allow this part of yourself to really be embraced. It's really going to open up so much for you. I feel you're just going to feel so whole. which is what the World card is, right? Like having a complete cycle, so feeling whole, but not only that, but really that's going to be a beautiful way to honor your ancestors. Because like I said, like all of these practices that they held so true to their everyday life and their beliefs, and instilling that in the generation that followed in order to get it to be something that stays strong in the family, you know what I mean? And so it's just like a way of honoring that aspect, because it would be a shame, you know what I mean? It would be a shame. And you doing the same practices with the same thought in mind of the generations that are going to follow behind you, okay? And for some of you, you may not leave children behind, but still it's a matter of just embracing who you are, you know, in this lifetime, and not having the fear or feeling any sort of shame. You should never feel shameful. And I know that witchiness has a lot of negative stigma to it, but I feel like slowly we as a community are taking strides in really spreading knowledge, so that there is no longer all of this like mystery to what spirituality is, okay? And for those of you that do connect with the Wiccan religion, same thing, same message goes for you. It's just there's more information being spread to sort of calm the nerves about what, you know, I feel like there's always going to be people that will be closed off to the idea, but at least I feel like there are some strides being made to spread knowledge out there so that people aren't misinformed and afraid, right? Because that's really what it is. There's this fear associated, but you need to not have fear. You need to stand strong in who you are. Embrace this such a feminine, like connecting with nature. Like I promise you, like there's something in you that from your lineage in which you have that need to connect with nature. Nature will guide you. Nature will provide. Nature will heal. Oh, I love it. All right, that is what I got for you, pile number 1. I really enjoyed this themed versus talking about like just where we are in life and the struggles. I really enjoyed this theme, and I hope that you did too. I'm sorry that I took forever to get to the tarot cards, but there was just a lot of messages coming through, and I really hope that they resonated with you. If they did, let me know how in the comments. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please reciprocate the energy. I appreciate those of you that do that for me so much, okay? Until we vibe again, loves. Pile number 1, I almost forgot to tell you to be sure to head over to Morning Dew Oracle to check out what other guidance messages are available to you at her channel, and don't forget to click on that subscribe button for her, loves. Hi, pile number 2. Thank you for joining me for your reading today. If you chose this amethyst quartz, then you're in the right place. So let's go ahead and see which cards you have. You have the Magic Circle and Protection, and the Scrying Mirror with Shadow. Two messages. So for some of you, this message is strongly coming through about like needing to obviously protect yourself, protect your energy specifically, because I feel like there is a potential of one or more people in or around your energy that could potentially not have the best thoughts and feelings towards you. It sort of feels like, what's this, a line through their teeth? Like, I sort of see like them like smiling in your face, but really like wishing not good things for you. This feels heavily like, for some of you, this is going to be like around coworkers, type of vibe, or people within your field who sort of feel like in competition with you is what I'm getting, okay? Yeah, so strong need to just protect your energy, okay? So many ways to do that. Salt circles, sage, white sage, wild sage, palo santo, crystals, so like selenite, tourmaline, obsidian, ooh, which is connecting with this scrying. Ooh, yes, that's gonna strongly connect, because like the scrying mirror was made from the black obsidian in order to have that really strong energy behind the scrying mirror, right? But it's also a very strong protection stone. So this is like a double message about that strong need to protect yourself. This is also feels like delving into the shadows, into your own shadows. Hold on. Let me sit with this really quick, because I feel like there's something that I need to get like right. Pile number 2, you're not gonna like this. Both of these cards are indicating the need to protect yourself from an energy around you that is sort of like not revealing something to you. This could be anything, something very minor that somebody's sort of like lying through omission by not telling you something, but something that seems significant enough that both cards are bringing up the same message. For others of you, it's a little bit deeper than that. It's sort of like somebody showing you a false self, like a wolf in sheep's clothing type deal, in which you need to protect your energy, because this person is sort of drawing you in, and your energy is completely available to them in a way that, I don't know, it just feels too vulnerable, and there's something not safe in that person's energy or intentions, that you were strongly being guided to take a step back and to really protect your energy at this time. And I hate to say it like that, but I'm just like, I know there was something wanting to come through, and I didn't want to, you know, like that's, I just, yeah. Take that as it resonates only, please, always. But the reason why I say it like that is just like, it feels like somebody sort of like made it into your circle, like you let them in willingly, and I just don't like that. I just like, no. Stop it. You better not hurt my pile number 2, you person, whoever you are, or situation, I guess it could be also. But anyways, with the scrying mirror and shadow, so both of these sort of indicate the protection from negative energies. And so what I am going to say is that there is a strong message about some of you who are sort of, yes, protecting yourself, like sort of like building a barrier between you and negative like thoughts, feelings, vibes that are still within you. But there's a need to not do that, because you're only embracing, I feel like, and here's the thing, so it seems like very counterintuitive, right? When law of attraction and what do they call, like self-help, everything is like only think positive thoughts, and it's just like when a negative thought comes out, you need to get rid of it and replace it with a positive thought and all of that blah blah blah, right? But which they have the right intention, okay? I'm not like knocking it. I'm just saying that this message is really strongly urging you to not abandon or ignore those negative shadow aspects of yourself that are really part of who you are at the end of the day. So it's almost like you're denying an important, powerful part of yourself, okay? Because this shadow energy, there's power, knowledge to be gained from those experiences, from those parts of you that you're choosing to not look at. And like I said, I understand if this is resonating with you, you're not wanting to put energy and focus on those and sort of just trying to shift it to something else. But at this time, at least, this message is telling me to guide you to really delve when you feel those shadow aspects come out, because the light does not exist without the shadow. Okay, so there's a really, it just feels like you're embracing a lot of light, but there's the need to embrace the shadow as well. Like there's this power in duality that you have so much to gain. There's something to be gained for you in doing so. And it's just like, if you've been avoiding any type of shadow work, that you feel like sort of just in your vibration, I really feel like that's something that you definitely should look into, okay? I'll just say that. So let's go ahead and see what we get for your tarot messages. Wait. Messages for pile number 2. Me being all scared when I got that message about somebody being a wolf. I hate that feeling. Like, I'm always like trying to be on guard for that. It's because I usually resonate with pile 2s, but then it's like scary. I'm scared. Page of Pentacles. Did he come out? He came out in pile 1. Queen of Pentacles. Ooh. 9 of Pentacles. Whoa. And 2 of Pentacles. Holy shit. That's a lot of pentacle energy. Ooh. For some of you, this message about really being guided to go into the shadows. Something about duality. Let me sit with this for a second, because I really feel like this is going to connect. What there is to be gained from there is going to connect when it comes to your money. If finances have been a struggle and you're just like, you don't understand what's in your energy, you need to go within your shadows. There's something within those shadows about your experiences with money that is going to really, it's going to transform this, because all of these pentacles, Queen of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles, are both the energies of financial stability and financial abundance, being set. You good. And for both of them to come out, and plus all of them being freaking pentacles, like, yeah, this is strongly in regards to money and career. Let me just sit with the energy a little bit. Okay, so I really do, I'm going to confirm that this is about, if you're resonating with having lack of financial stability and that being a strong focus and something that you are trying to gain, but it's not quite manifested for you, there's a real need to, like I said, sit with yourself, like sit with your shadow self. There's parts of you that you are refusing to look at, and understandably so. However, it's like there's nothing to fear. Like, this is you at the end of the day, okay? Those parts are you. They are a very important part of you, okay? Not to be neglected, not to be tucked away, not to be ignored. So don't fear those heavy feelings, those heavy experiences, specifically when it comes to money. I feel like you need to like sort of sit. I see you sitting with yourself, like sitting with yourself, having a cup of tea, and just really getting to know the shadow aspect of you and what's there. What is there? You know what I mean? Like, let's say if you were split into two, there's the light aspect of you and there's the shadow aspect of you. And if you were to sit with yourself, you, the main you, the one you hear viewing the tarot, would be the light version of you. What would your shadow self look like? What are they about? What experiences have they been through? What have they learned from those experiences? What do they know to be true about those experiences? How would they relay that to you? Okay. And sort of sit with that, sort of scrying into your shadow self. And I feel like in just doing that, in really getting to know, because you know the light version of you, in really having those two parts of you come together, like there's this personal power. It feels wholeness. Yeah, it's like I'm seeing the yin yang, the light and the dark, perfectly balanced together, creating the strong personal power for you in your energy. Okay. And I feel like that's literally like it's right there. And it's like it almost seems like silly. I feel like your spirit guides are just like, it's hidden from you, like open your eyes. It's not hidden from you. Sorry, it's not hidden from you. They're just saying you just have to open your eyes. Something to be gained from this is really going to bring you into this like wholeness of personal power. And like I said, once your energy shifts into that, then I feel like the flow of money is just going to start coming in. Everything is just going to be balanced all of a sudden. Just like that. I see it so clearly, okay? Let me get you some clarifying cards. Clarify this energy and messages for me in regards to pile number 2. Sorry, that just confirmed to me again. All right, perfect. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords. What did I say? That's all that shadow energy. The 10 of Swords is all the times you've experienced pain in regards to your finances. The 3 of Swords is all the times you were shattered because of your financial situation. All of this is sword energy. This is worry. This is stress. This is wondering how you're going to be able to pay the next bill. Like all of those times when you have been at your worst struggle in regards to finances. And oh my gosh, can I resonate with this? Just like having memories of, yeah, like barely being able to make ends meet. Being with my daughter in the checkout lane and her wanting a toy or a candy, and me knowing that I literally have like $10 in my account. I won't be paid for a week, and I'm just trying to get like the milk and the bread, and I can't afford the damn candy or the little toy. And just like the look on her face of me having to tell her next time. And it was always freaking next time. And oh my God, I could cry just thinking about it. These are all unimportant things, right? My daughter was taken care of and whatever, but it's just the fact that I felt like not enough. I feel like that's all things that we, pile number 2, need to sit with instead of ignoring, because I really feel like these things are about to come into balance. The 2 of Pentacles coming out here twice, and typically like the 2 of Pentacles feels like you're juggling, but both of these feel very solid. This person is not juggling. They're not tipping to the side. They're solid. They're holding that. And I really feel like once this shift happens for you, energetically, like that's with the infinity symbol here, like it's just from that point on, things are going to be different. From that point on, you're in a different path. No longer the path that you came from, of having all of those experiences. Look at this guy with his freaking smirk. Like, I got money. I got this coin. Look, I got so much coin that my cat even has its own coin. That's what me and when I'm doing like lighting a candle for myself, like in regards to trying to bring in abundance, and me and my daughter will talk about like ridiculous, like we get really crazy, like we're just like, oh, we'll have a mansion and each one of our pets will have their own mansion. And we just start being very elaborate and silly with all the extremely over the top extravagant things that we are manifesting into our lives. But yeah, that's sort of what this feels like. He has just so much coin, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's gonna happen for you, pile number 2. I'm really loving this reading for you. That is what I got for you, actually, pile number 2. Like, this is a perfect way to end off the reading because I really feel like that's what needed to come through for you, okay? I forgot to say to be sure that you head over to Morning Dew Oracle to check out what guidance messages are available to you there. And be sure to give her a subscribe, all right, loves? Until we vibe again. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose the Smoky Quartz, then you're at the right place. So let's go ahead and take a look at your cards. You have Embulk with the Awakening and Spirit with Initiation. I love that this reading, the 2 cards that have been coming out for each pile have been really strongly connected energetically with a strong message. So your energy right now, pile number 3, is in the stages of spiritual awakening. It really feels like connecting with spirit, your spirit, the spirit of everything. I really feel that there is a strong part of your soul that has been desiring some sort of really connected feeling, to really feel alive. And this is sort of triggering this awakening in you that's sort of going to create, you're being guided to it, and it's going to create this whole shift in your life that's already beginning to happen for you, in which you're becoming aware of new desires that were like unfamiliar to you before. These were things that you didn't even think to want or to pursue. And it's sort of just like, it's sort of calling on you at this time. For a lot of you, it just gives me like spring vibes. Like very fertile, like sort of like the whole world. You have the world at your hands. It's like this newfound connection that you're having with, for a lot of you, I feel like this is nature. Like I see some of you like staring up at the night sky, and that's like really when you're connecting with this part of you that desires and seeks for more fulfillment out of life, more connection, more depth. Sorry, I struggle saying that word, because I sort of feel like you're coming from a place of a lot of surface level, and there's just like this strong will in you to experience life in a different way, in a way that feels much more alive, like the springtime, you know, when the birds are chirping and plants are blooming and insects and are all over. Seeding feels like significant, like to beginning to manifest new desires. Like I said, these things that were once unfamiliar, that you didn't even recognize that you wanted, that are now beginning to just sort of pull on your energy. And I think that the time is also like very, like the time, like the energy in this shift. Hold on, sorry, I got so distracted. I'm trying to finish the thought that I had. Oh, like fertile, this energy that you have of like limitless possibilities, like now all of a sudden that you're shifting into this new way. It's sort of like, feels like so optimistic that the way that you're thinking, like your mindset is shifting your energy, this optimism, and it's sort of like creating like fertile ground for like seeding all sorts of whatever you want to manifest. Okay, that's what spirit is. It's that fertile energy, because spirit is like the ether, right? Like it's everything. It's all of the elements, like the unmanifested potential, like the limitless potential of energy. Everything is energy. And I feel like you're strongly beginning, like, I love spirit awakening, spiritual awakening. That's what the fuck is going on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said it like that. It's just like, oh, I love when things like, because this is how I'm seeing it. I just seen like, you know, the lotus beginning to bloom in your energy. For a lot of you, you're connecting with nature a lot. Like there's just something that brings you like this feeling of unconditional love and peace that you feel in connecting with nature. For some of you, it's connecting with animals. That is really bringing you in connection with spirit. I love that. With your spirit, right? Your connection to your inner self, because like I feel like people make spirit seem like it's a ghost that's floating around you or something, but spirit is you are spirit, you know. It's just like we lead our lives as humans, and a lot of times it's not possible to connect when you're just in the fast pace of the everyday. It's really hard to connect with your true self, which is your spirit. But I feel like you connecting with, I feel like there's such excitement coming through from your guides. I feel like you have been guided for a minute now. But I feel like something in your mindset is what's creating this huge shift. And to trust, strong message to trust what feels natural, okay? Because I was about to say trust your intuition, but I was corrected, because that's something that we always say, right? Trust your intuition, trust your intuition. What does that even mean? Trust what feels natural, okay? Trust what feels natural. If it's feeling forced and tense, trust that feeling that you're getting means to pull back from that. If you feel pulled towards it, just like your heart wants to go towards it, that's natural. So trust that feeling of what is natural, and it's connecting with nature again. Just like nature knows, nature doesn't put pressure on itself to bloom any faster than it needs, to be the brightest, biggest, most purplest flower of them all. You know, like it doesn't do that. It just flows and does what it is meant to do. And it just embraces that it is what it is, depending on what it is, like an animal, a tree, a flower, a insect, a blade of grass, whatever. It knows what it is, and it follows the natural path of what it's supposed to be, whatever that means, okay? But you get what I'm saying, as far as like this being the new energy that you are vibrating in, and it just feels beautiful. It's exciting me. I'm happy for you, because this feels like things that needed to fall out of your life are also gonna naturally fall out of your life. They're just not gonna resonate with you anymore, because you're gonna be bringing in newer vibrations that are more like-minded, and also having like very fertile potential opportunities. I feel are coming for you also in these shifts, for some of you, love is coming in, because I cannot stop looking at these two, what are they, sheep or lambs that are over there sitting in the back just chilling in nature. Like, they're totally spooning. So for some of y'all, like, oh, the spring, okay. For some of y'all, I'm feeling like the birds and the bees, if you catch my drift. All right. What messages do we have for pile number 3? Ooh, I saw something. It looked like the sun. That would have been awesome if it was. All right. We have the devil. 7 of Pentacles. Ooh, Ace of Cups. I told you for some of y'all, this is a couple of a relationship. We have Justice and we have the Fool. Yes, thank you for confirming all of that to me, okay? So the Fool, yes, it's this new beginning. It's your spiritual awakening. It's you taking your newfound freedom. It's you taking a new path and trusting that this new path is going to take you to everything you've ever desired, okay? Justice, things coming into balance. Like I said, things are going to start to fall out of your life. So it might be a intense time of shift, but trust that everything that is shifting and feels or may begin to feel a little intense is going to balance itself out, okay? Ace of Cups, like I said, there's love. Look at the 2 birds. The 2 birds in the background with the 2 lambs in the background. Yeah, some of y'all are in love, or about to find love, or be in love, or fall in love, or love. Whatever that is. Whichever resonates. 7 of Pentacles. So yeah, this is the same feeling that I was getting. Like, it feels like the springtime, because that's what the 7 of Pentacles vibe sort of is. It's something that it's slower moving, but it's sort of like taking the time to really ground that fertile land. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's like just really getting to know this new aspect of yourself and really feel like, because I feel like it's new. It's a new way of being. Like I said, it's unfamiliar even for a lot of you. Maybe this new connectedness that you are, this shift in mindset. We'll just say that, okay? This shift in mindset might be fresh to you, so it feels unfamiliar. So yeah, definite energy of taking the time to really ground yourself in that. Get to become familiar with that and planting seeds throughout that time and energy that will eventually sprout. For a lot of you, love. For a lot of you, like I just feel like that infinite possibilities, like the sky's the limit. You can create whatever you want. That's what spirit is. It's unmanifested potential, and it's just limitless. Spirit is all around us. It is all the elements. It is nature. It is us. So it's like infinite, limitless possibility is what I'm feeling for you, pile number 3. I love it. So now the devil, Capricorn energy. Why is he here? Like, why are you here, sir? Why is the devil here? Maybe a little bit of like stubborn energy, things not wanting to fall out. Justice again. Yeah, that's what I said. I feel like there might be some resistance. Okay, a lot of resistance. Why are you resisting, pile number 3? There's like this fear. Why? The devil's trying to scare you. There's this fear in really just taking that leap of faith in your energy. The Justice coming out twice is things needing to come out. Okay, things needing to put themselves into balance. This is your energy wanting to come into balance, and the only way it's going to do that is if some things are left behind. I'm sorry to tell you that, but you can't have the Fool card without the Death card preview, or like Death card energy to have the new beginning. Like, there's things that are going to have to be left behind, and I feel like there's resistance in you with this cat here being like, I don't want to open the Pandora's box because once it's opened, like, it might be scary. Let's see what we got. Please clarify the devil. The Emperor. Ooh, this is also giving me the same vibes as like that birds and the bees with these big old horns. Just saying, some of y'all, the spring is about to come in more ways than one. I wouldn't be surprised if I could clarify this with the Empress. A lot of fertile energy is what it is, okay? So it doesn't have to be with like literal making babies, but it very well could be. This is strong, like root sacral chakra energy, like, you know, that lower, yeah, those lower fires. So just like I said, it's very like fertile, abundant energy of creation. So it could be creating anything with the full energy, creating anything. Why was it clarifying the devil? Damn you, devil. Confusing this reading. The Hanged Man. Yes, okay, thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. It is a resistance. There's resistance in you, and the devil energy is like that heavy pentacle, Capricorn, very dense energy that's like stubborn. It's it's not very easy energy to, what's this? Shift? Because this energy all feels, minus the Seven of Pentacles, that is like, yeah, taking your time, taking the time, allowing things to happen in due pace. Like I said, allowing the flower to grow as it needs to. We're not forcing it to bloom any faster than it needs to. I feel like that's what's happening with this shift and changes. For a lot of you, I feel like there's resistance in letting go of the old way of being. Yeah, there's resistance in letting that go because it's what's familiar. Remember in the beginning I said like this new energy is very unfamiliar. There are new desires in you that you didn't even realize that you wanted, and I feel like the unfamiliarity of all of that could create fear. Yeah, it's giving that vibe of like the devil, like, you know, like, hey, here's some ice cream and some money, but look at his creepy ass face, like like you're just fearful, like what's gonna happen if I eat the ice cream? Am I gonna die? What happens if I take the money? You know what I mean? Like there's this fear in you of the unfamiliarity. Like it just, also for some of you, I feel like there's this vibe of like it's too good to be true, then it probably is not true or something like that. Yeah, there's this like, yeah, that would connect with the Capricorn energy, like very like needing to see evidence or proof of, or yeah, like a strong logic coming in that sort of creates doubt and fear of the potentiality. Look at me with all these big words for you, pile number 3. The potentiality of this new way. It just feels like a shift. It is spiritual awakening. That's what spiritual awakening is. It's when all of a sudden you are just naturally guided into wanting more for yourself, into feeling the need to change, into wanting things that you didn't know you wanted before, but that they excite you. That's what spiritual awakening is really feeling alive. It's like that spring vibe. Nature is alive all around you. You know what I mean? And for a lot of you, I feel like this connects with a partnership. Yeah, that's strongly indicated in the energy here. It feels very good. It feels very fertile. I feel like the only potential of, I feel like, not potential, I was going to say a potential blockage, but I don't think it's blockage. I think it's just something that you have to work your way through. You have to work your way, but it is going to come out into balance. We had the Justice card come out twice. Here you are thinking that you're holding on before you open the Pandora's box, but I'm afraid to break it to you, pal number 3, but the Pandora's box has already been opened. This is an illusion that it's not been opened yet and that you have control over when it opens. So I feel like that's what the resistance is you're just like, no, like I'm going to control when this lock is unkeyed. No, key, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm going to control the locks here. And I will decide when this new beginning happens. But I'm sorry to break it to you, but the box has already been opened. So it's just a matter of adjusting, because this new energy is there. It's already there. It's already happened. If you have the illusion that it's not yet opened and that you have control of when it opens, then I'm sorry to tell you this, but this is already set in cycle. Things will be coming into balance. And sometimes, unfortunately, like if we don't follow the natural, what we naturally feel, then that's when tower moments come in. So don't resist. I know you're going to have some resistance, pal number 3, but don't resist too hard. Because that's when all of a sudden you have tower moments when you're just like, no, you are being guided to leave something, thoughts, patterns, people, situations, jobs, whatever. Whatever you feel guided to slowly start pushing away from. And if you don't do it, they will be taken out. They will be removed forcibly from your life. Okay. So yeah, that's what I got for you. It's beautiful energy. Okay. So even though there's going to be some resistance, it's going to come with a lot of growth. This is a lot of growth, definite transformation in your life. I would say 1 year from now is going to look so different than it looks right now, let me tell you. And I feel like that's what's creating this like fear and resistance, is that it's going to, you feel it. You feel that it's going to be different. But it's going to be different in a good way, okay? So trust that. Remember, trust that feeling that feels natural. You feel pulled to it versus like repelled or like, yeah, trust that. Also, don't forget to go and check out Morning Dew Oracle to see what other guidance messages might be there for you. All right, loves, and don't forget to also give her a subscribe. And me, if you haven't already. Like if it resonated, comment and let me know how it resonated, if that's something you are comfortable doing. And I will catch you guys at the next reading. Until we vibe again, loves.